Well, it started at the original shop before they moved to Linwood, and I just wanted the reason I wanted a 40 Merc because Johnny Zarro had one and it was really impressive, but I wanted something to look different. So what we did is we started chopping it up and tacking it up to see how low we wanted it. And when we cut the post out of the top, we liked it because it was something different. So I told George, I said, "You're gonna have to do something because I don't want that post back in there." And he come up with the hardtop convertible framing on that, and then it really started taking its shape. And it was so low when we hacked the top that it was going to be an uncomfortable car to drive. So we decided to cut up into the windshield so we could have more windshield space. And then it was just one thing after another, and it was born.
And how long did it take to build it?
I started on that car in 1949, and we got it finished just at the end of 50.
It didn't take very long at all.
Well, no, because Sam, what we did is I used to work at Ready Whip, and what we do, we worked a lot of hours, but then when I'd get through working, I would come back to the shop, and Sam would stick around in the evening, and that's where we really got this car done.
So Sam did a lot of the work.
Oh, Sam done 99% of the meddling and picking and all that.
What kind of guy was Sam?
Oh, I loved him. He was as regular as he could be. He's really a dedicated craftsman and just a good guy. Just a super guy.
What was it like working in the Barris shop like around that time? Was it like those cars coming in and out all the time?
Oh, it was really interesting because you seen George had a crew of metalmen in them days that were just true craftsmen, and it was just a shop that was interesting to be around because of you seen so many new things that George was creating, and the workmanship was just absolutely super.
And on your car, who came up with the idea for the taillights and the bumper guards?
Jesse Lopez, which was building he had one before me. It was a 41 Ford that was chopped. It was in a Barris stable. And Jesse was really a unique person. He didn't want the stock appearances of things, so he's the one that come up with the plastic. We made our dash, all the old stock plastic and the 40 Merc and his 40. We threw that away, and he showed me how to make new plastic, and we formed it, and he's the one that helped me with the tail lights on that.
Okay, because that's a really innovative idea.
Yeah, that was Jesse Lopez.
And then, whose idea for the? It has, I believe, 40 Buick. I think it was the skirts. Is that what or those handbrake skirts?
They were 40. I think they were 41 Buick. We used to call it teared up. You could buy those them days at Western Auto or something. Then you'd bring them back to the shop, and you'd refit it so that it was, really fit to your car. This picture was taken at the high school that I graduated from, Fremont High School.
How about that other picture? What car show was that from?
I really, I don't remember, and I really don't. I couldn't I couldn't give you an answer on that. A lot of the car was at the show. I was in the military at that time, and I was not even there at when the cars were at different shows.
Oh, so you went to Korea and then?
Yeah, I was in the Army, and at that time, basic, and then from there I went on to Korea.
Okay.
So I really can't, I couldn't tell you where that show was at.
How many trophies did you win with it? Or did they win all when you were gone?
Yeah, 99% when I was gone. Because I think the car went to the Oakland Roadster show and done real good there too. I wasn't there at that time, but this is what they told me.
Did you ever have it entered in the Armory shows, like 48, 49, 50, 51?
50, yeah, and 50, yeah, the Armory show, I know for a fact I was there. Yes, I was at that show.
George had a lot of cars there, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. He always had a lot of cars there because his cars were really unique, and people liked to see what he was popping up with.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? Or,
No, just that I mean, the car still amazes me to this day, and not because it's mine, but it's still one of the most popular cars that's ever been done. It just continually gets in magazines, and I feel very proud that it was mine, you know, and
right.
had some good people working on it. So George did a nice job, and I'm sorry that his brother Sam's not there because Sam was really somebody too. He was really a unique person. You know, you had to do a lot of your own stuff when you build these cars because it was such a busy shop. So they tell you what to do. So you you take the hacksaw and you start cutting this car apart. Then you try to find out how many inches you want to take off of it. So I went to a little bit of the extreme. I think I took 6 inches out of it. Then we tacked it up, and then sort of pulled the roof back a little bit and tacked it. And I liked the way the cockpit looked without that post in there. And I told Sam and George, I says, "Boy, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I don't want that post back in this thing." I says, "This car looks set, you know, super without it." So then George started thinking about it, and then he started taking these channels and bending them until we come up to what contour and what we wanted done, and the next was history.